Okay, so my name's Nigel Godfrey and I'm the Executive Director of Miss Universe New Zealand. I started my career in television 30 years ago, interestingly, with the Miss World group. A friend of mine who I was at school with, his parents started Miss World, the Morleys, back in the 50s. He knew I wanted to get into telly. He said, hey, do you want to come and hang out with 86 of the world's most beautiful women in a hotel for 2 weeks? I said, yeah, maybe. He said, it's £25 a day. So I don't think I can afford that. He said, no, we pay you. So that was my first ever gig. And 30 years later in New Zealand, the Miss Universe franchise came up for grabs. And it hadn't been going so well in New Zealand. Internationally, it's just a fantastic premium brand. But, the guys who had it perhaps weren't really working it to its full potential. And I and my co-directors looked at it and thought, let's take it over and let's breathe some new life into it. I guess the big question is why we're here in Thailand. And the sort of roundabout way of explaining that is that we looked at what the format was for our viewers, what the show was. So not just the live show in the theatre, but we were getting the show back on television for the first time in New Zealand in 21 years. And we had to look at why it hadn't been on television. And maybe the reason it hadn't been on television was because the sort of 80s, 90s way of running a beauty competition, a beauty pageant, it just wasn't gelling with the audience. So my background, I produce a lot of television programs, and so I looked at it and thought, well, you got the brand, great brand, but we've got to inject some new stuff in here. So we looked at MasterChef, and we looked at X Factor, and all the shows that resonate with an audience, and thought, well, let's bring some of that into our program. And one of the things with that was take the girls away and give them some intense time together, tell their stories. And I got to say, the ambassador to New Zealand, the Thai ambassador to New Zealand, approached us and said, I've got an idea. And we listened to that idea, and who was going to say no to taking 20 finalists here to Thailand? And his take on it was, we're going to take 20 girls, it's people to people, meeting together. And he was right. We've been shooting today out at the Grand Palace, and they're like rock stars. We stopped to take a shot, and before we know it, we've got 50 people taking photographs. The girls are stopping, they're talking about New Zealand, they're sharing experiences of their lives with people here. So that really works on a people-to-people basis. But of course it works for us. It's going to make some great TV. One of the really important things for me, from my team, was that we could meet the girls not just in that, hey, walk on the stage, stop, pose, walk off. We need to meet them, talk to them, get to know them on camera. Because one thing we brought in is text voting. So the public are voting. So 50% of the vote is our judges, 50% of the vote comes from the New Zealand public. And for that vote to be fair and have some integrity, they've got to get to know the girls. And the only way they're going to get to know the girls is by meeting them with profiles that we put up on social media, and by 30-second bites that we screen on the network in the month running up with, hi, I'm so-and-so, this is what I do, and we screen a bit of voiceover, and we get to know them. So it's a new way of approaching an age-old favourite, but you got to keep updating. You've got to give the audience what they're looking for. Otherwise, they're just going to turn off and watch the other channel.
Hi everyone, my name is Annalisa Christian and I'm from Wellington, New Zealand. I am a proud finalist of Miss Universe New Zealand 2013. If you like me and what I've been saying, please check out my Facebook page under Annalisa Christian and support my journey of Miss Universe. And you are watching My Second Home with Daniel. Enjoy the show.
Hi, I'm Deborah Lambie and I'm from Dunedin, New Zealand. I'm proud to be a finalist of Miss Universe New Zealand 2013. You're watching My Second Home with Daniel. Enjoy.
I think I should be Miss Universe New Zealand because I am such a natural candidate. I don't pretend to be anybody who I'm not. I know a lot of people back home think that pageants are about beauty and having the most expensive clothes and jewellery, but to me it's not about that. Personally, I have worked in the service industry for a long time and I know what it's like to be a true New Zealander. I think the person who wins Miss Universe New Zealand should be someone who not only understands a group of New Zealand, but everybody, and that is why I think I should be Miss Universe New Zealand.
Miss Universe New Zealand is still relevant today and is very relevant today as we move forwards. It's an ideal platform for young women to develop confidence in themselves, new skills and step outside of their comfort zone. So I'm really excited to be a part of it.
But one thing I said to the girls just before we went, I sat them all down and I said, one of you in this room is going to be Miss New Zealand. On October the 5th, you're going to have the crown put on your head. You're going to go to Moscow to represent New Zealand. And you could have heard a pin drop. They all suddenly looked at each other and it really got real at that point. They hadn't thought of it. They're all in the competition together. And then they looked around and thought, hey, one of us is going to win it. I didn't know where it was going to go then. I thought, oh no, maybe they're not going to like each other anymore. But hey, they all work together. I think one of the biggest things, you often hear people say, it's not about, it's not about the winner, it's about the taking part. Well, of course, all of the girls want to win. But we had to make that journey exciting, interesting and enriching for them. And coming here to Thailand has done that tenfold.